Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. Happy to see you here today. We are going to be talking about something that I wish I knew before getting ferrets, or just money saving tips for ferrets specifically. It's also a video for those of you out there who are looking to get ferrets financially. How does that work? How does one go about buying a ferret? How does one go about saving up money for a ferret? Maybe you do have ferrets already and you're just wanting to learn more about how to save money for vet bills or food, anything like that. But before we begin, do not forget we have a merch store. We are planning on coming out with Christmas merch soon. We will have to see about that. We do have all the current designs up on there, as well as my raw feeding ebook. And don't forget to follow and subscribe for more ferret content. So the first thing I would say to anyone out there interested in getting ferrets, or will be having their parents get them ferrets, a big thing first is to completely understand any terms and conditions that your parents are going to be giving you. For example, you may have to pay for all the supplies, including vet bills, food. You may not have to. Do not let your excitement blind you to the realities. They may be willing to purchase you the ferret, however, the rest of it's going to be your responsibility. And if they will be paying for everything, is this something that will be for the rest of the ferret's life? Because they can sometimes live quite long. At some point, are you going to be expected to step up? These are all terms that you are going to want to understand completely before jumping into getting ferrets, or really any animal. And the second really big thing is, if you are expected to pay for everything or even part of it, you cannot do this without having a stable source of income, aka a job. And in most areas, 14 years of age is the minimum to work. If you are younger, you can still earn money via pet sitting services in your neighborhood, but do not rely on this for long-term income, especially if you want to feed them a quality diet and provide them with quality vet care on top of that. Because while you can make good money doing those things, it's not always stable. It's something that kind of depends on the season, time of year, who actually needs pet sitting at that time. A lot different from like an actual stable job. He's being so good for this video. He's just trying to sleep on my hand. So my general recommendation for most people is to wait until you have a job that pays at least minimum wage when you turn 14 or older before getting ferrets. And keep in mind, if you plan on going away for college sometime in the future, you're going to need to have a plan in place for your ferrets. And no, you shouldn't just assume that your parents will be okay with assuming all care and responsibility for them while you're away at college, because as you know, college can be a very long time, but quite a few years. And also, it shouldn't be your plan to rehome your ferrets by the time you go to college. That is really unfair and irresponsible to already be planning on rehoming animals before you even get them. Some parents are just unable to meet normal standards of care for animals. Just because they're older than you does not mean they are better at taking care of animals than you. A lot of times they may not even have time to free roam the ferrets properly, or to feed them a quality diet, to prepare food for them. And while we're on the subject of working to support ferrets, just to get a little personal here, in the past year I have racked up around $5,000 US dollars of debt from vet bills. This is purely just from the ferrets. $5,000 I owe the various vets that have seen my ferrets. And no, I don't regret any of it. A lot of that was to save my ferret. You know, Remy, right when I got him, had to get a hairball removal surgery. Momo needed an adrenal implant, and so on. And all of these things occurred in the same time span. You know, I'm a good owner. I care for my ferrets well, as you guys know, and it still happens to me. It happens to the best of owners. You're gonna be hit by vet bills at some point in their life, and that time could be shortly after you get them, so keep that in mind. So I have some general money saving tips here that I personally follow, and a lot of this you can find easily online, but I wanted to put some things more specific to ferrets and myself and my experience. The first thing that I do every single month is just to sit down and write down everything that I bought that month, and paying extra attention to the more luxury items, such as takeout, coffee, pricey clothes, makeup. Home decor is my worst enemy. And those are just some examples. And total up how much you spent on those luxury items. It will surprise you. And then for the following month, work on not spending that much on those things, or not buying them at all. For me personally, what I do is, for like takeout, which can be really expensive, takeout like maybe once a month, I try and cook the bulk of our meals from scratch, and I make enough for leftovers and we just keep eating that, and it's just way more cost efficient and healthy in the long run. I don't drink coffee. If I'm buying myself clothes, it's from places like Goodwill or other thrift type stores that sell clothes for super cheap instead of buying clothes at the mall. It saves me so much money. I also get shoes there. My biggest thing is useless home decor. I don't know what it is, like when I go to Home Goods or anything like that, I just want to get everything and it's so overpriced and so cheaply made, whereas I can get stuff for a really good deal, really good quality. Hi Momo. Items when I go to places like the antique store, or even Goodwill also has home decor there. Saves me a lot of money, and I tend to find things that I like a whole lot more at these types of places. There's actually something called the 24-hour rule, which if you have something that you really want to purchase, you simply just wait 24 hours and it helps prevent impulse buys. So wait 24 hours to see if it's something that you really want. The next big tip that I have to save money for ferrets is to start building an emergency fund, like ASAP, for them, and that can be as simple as just putting aside some money from each paycheck every week or every other week, however often you get paid. And it can be as little as $10 or $20. That really does build up over time. Do not make the same mistakes that I did. I relied a lot on a medical card called Care Credit, which is good if you're in a pinch and you need to pay for an expensive surgery or procedure ASAP. However, if you are unable to pay off that entire sum within the given time, like 6 months, however long that they give you, you get slammed with owing way more money than what you started with, and it can take years to pay this off. Medical credit cards are different from normal credit cards, have much higher interest rates and a lot of other things to them. So if it's something that you can help, I would really advise using your emergency savings and a normal credit card if you have one, instead of using a medical card. The next tip I have is feeding raw can save you a lot of money down the line, and it supports their health in every single way. It can also be more wallet friendly than the more high quality kibbles out there and popular brands for ferrets such as Stella and Chewy's. And if you cut costs from the luxury items that you're purchasing every month like I suggested, you should have enough set aside for providing a quality diet for your ferrets. Different types of raw cost different amounts. Some are more expensive than others. So be sure to watch my playlist on feeding raw to learn more. The next tip is so crucial and one that I denying and just kept doing over and over again and wasting so much money. And that is just skipping out on the expensive and unnecessary ferret toys and bedding and hammocks at the pet stores, because most, if not all, of the ferret marketed items in most big pet store chains you do not need to buy. Do not waste your money on them. The hammocks are way overpriced, very cheaply made, often made by factories like Marshall Farms, which buying their products supports the production of ferrets in a inhumane and immoral way. Pet stores also have very harmful treats for ferret, toys that they will never play with. If you have a cage for your ferrets, try and learn how to make your own bedding. It is a lot more cost efficient in the long run, and a lot of people find that they actually enjoy doing it and they make a business out of it. As far as like the treats go, a lot of them are very harmful. The only thing I like at most pet stores, if they have it, is single ingredient freeze-dried meat treats. But like the ferret malt pastes and tubes and bandit treats and end bones, these are all very unnecessary and can be very harmful for your ferrets. Yeah, you can save a lot of money by just skipping out on the whole pet store shopping spree. You don't need to buy the rodent water bottles. You don't need to buy loose bedding. Maybe you go to get litter or pee pads and a couple cat wand toys and you're pretty much good to go. So those are a couple of my most used tips for saving money for my ferrets. I work very, very hard nearly every single day to support all of my animals and to be able to give them the quality care that they deserve. They are very, very important to us. They completely rely on us to care for them, so it is crucial that we are doing the absolute best that we can for them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you to all of our channel members. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. I post ferret videos every single week, and we will see you in our next video.